another bathroom. This is copper pan in New England. Copper pans are very common still. Dent shield on the walls, and also there's a soaking tub. It's not going to be a jacuzzi tub, just a soaking tub. And the old floor tile is still down. This is all going to come up. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. So this is the project that I'm going to be doing right now. So, I'm waterproofing these walls. Now this is dent shield, so it's got a waterproofing membrane on the surface, so you only have to do the corners and seams. I left out the curb because I'm going to put the mud in, and I don't want to be working over fresh waterproofing. And going to be 2 coats, but for now I'm going to put the mud in before I finish waterproofing the curb. Got the mud in, and I finished waterproofing the curb. Now I'm going to let this all dry and set up, and my next thing to do is going to be start tiling. Okay, so this back wall is going to be all this 3x6 glass tile, and this, what you see here, is an edge that I cut on a wet saw. Not very nice, not very clean. And this here is the edge, same edge, but I cut it and polished it, because that's going to go over where you're going to see it. And the cut pieces I'm going to put over on this corner, because they're going to be buried by the marble. And these, like I said, the polished pieces are going to go right there. So when you're installing glass tile, you have to use a high polymer content thinset, and this is what I'm using. It's white Superflex. And on to the installation. So I got a ledger board on. I'm leaving out the bottom 2 rows because I want to put the floor tile in for the shower before I put those last bottom rows in. But anyway, I'm using a 1/4 inch square notch trowel here. This glass tile is not transparent, so you're not going to actually be able to see through it. It's actually quite dark, the tile. And like I said, I'm using a high polymer content thinset and a 1/4 inch square notch trowel. And you know, the way you spread thinset is, first you want to get the thinset on the wall. You really don't have to worry about combing it out properly. You just want to get an even coating on the wall. You know, just get it on there. And then once you have the surface that you're going to tile all spread out and all coated, that's when you go ahead and comb it out. And you want to always have the thinset lines always going in one direction, either all horizontal or all vertical. You don't want to have them going all different directions. So spread it out. So you got to spread it out and even, then you just comb it all out nice and even. Lines going all in one direction. Another thing to keep in mind is you don't want to spread more tile, more thinset that you can cover in a short amount of time, because you know, depending on the temperature and you know, circumstances, the thinset can skin over and the tile won't stick to the thinset, or the thinset won't stick to the tile. On these tiles here, on the thinset, I'm not knocking the ridges down. I don't think it's really necessary, but if you want to do that, you can knock the ridges down with the flat side of the tile. I usually do that more with a mosaic, a transparent mosaic tile. I usually don't do it with the larger tiles, but it might be a good idea if you want to do it. But anyway, this is glass tile, and when you're installing glass tile, you want to make sure that you leave all the expansion joints that that you can around all the perimeters, because glass tile moves a heck of a lot more than ceramic or porcelain. It expands and contracts at a much greater rate, so you don't want to have the glass tight up against anything. You want to make sure you leave enough room for expansion contraction. And so these ones here I'm installing fairly tight, because they're all pretty much exactly the same size. So I'm just using a 1/16 of an inch grout line. And so you just put them in place, and put the spaces in between them, and you want to keep it as clean as possible as you're working. And any grout that might squeeze out between the joints, you want to make sure that you clean it off. So anyway, so that's basically the procedure. I usually put on a row, and then put the spaces in, then I'll put another row on top, and so I'm just checking to make sure it's got good coverage in the back there, and then just keep on going like that. Another thing you want to keep in mind is don't go too high with your rows of tile. Put 3 or 4 rows in, 5, and then put a level on, and make sure everything is perfectly straight and perfectly level. Subway tiles, if you're not careful, they can tend to bow in the middle. So you just want to make sure that you keep everything straight, and make any adjustments that you have to make. There can be slight, these glass tiles run really nice. They run fairly even, but there can be slight variations. And if you're not careful, the variations in size can add up and cause your lines not to be straight, or you can have problems. So you always want to make sure that you keep a level handy, and make sure everything is straight and level, and make any adjustments that you have to make. So as you can see here, I'm putting I'm getting some of my little wedges and putting them in between where they need to go, to make sure that everything is perfectly straight and level. Once you have your tile exactly how you want it to be, straight, level, shimmed and corrected and everything that you need to do, you just continue the same process, going up 4 or 5 or 6 rows or whatever. Don't go too high. Spread your thinset, clean out anything you need to clean out, and start and put your tile on, and then repeat. Just keep on going like this. This is quite a lot of glass tile on this wall. It goes all the way up to the ceiling on this back wall, and along around the soaking tub. So and then the rest of it's all going to be white Carrera marble. So just continue just installing a tile and checking it. this is what I've got so far, and I'm gonna go up that whole side there, and my leisure board at the bottom, and here I am checking, and I am perfectly level and straight. And you just want to, make sure that you keep it that way all the way across. Now I'm going up the wall where you can see the tile, and that's a polished edge. The first, two here, that piece I just put on, and the one below it is just a regular piece of tile. The one below it's a full tile, so I didn't have to polish that edge. But the half pieces, I had to polish the edges because I don't want to put any kind of trim on there. I just want to have a nice clean line of the tile, glass tile going up without any metals or any vertical trim or anything like that. I just want to have the tile just end. So to do that, I had to polish those end pieces, and that's gonna go all the way up. Just the half pieces I cut, not the full pieces, because the full pieces are just they're polished because it's just the regular glass. So but so you start your that row there at the end there near the window, half and full, and you keep your running bond pattern going along. In this particular bathroom, I got lucky, and the tile on the other side of the wall, where it meets the wall, actually ended up being exactly a half tile and a full tile as well. So that's the whole wall all the way up to the ceiling. I made sure that I left an expansion, substantial expansion joint all the way around. Now I'm going to go around where the soaking tub goes. I changed my mind about installing the shower floor before I last two rows, because I want to have a nice gap at the bottom for the glass to move. So I just went ahead and installed those last two rows. So for expansion and contraction, and to hold the tile in place, this Nashua aluminum tape works really well when you need to hold tiles together or move them apart. It works really good. And so this is the whole, all the glass, all done. And next is the marble tile. The rest of the bathroom is going to be polished Carrera marble, 12 inch by 12 inch, and I'm using now a 3/8 inch by 3/8 inch square notch trowel, and then I'm back buttering all the tiles. And as usual, I'm putting my ledger board up for it's level and straight, and I'm going to be back buttering all the tiles as well. And the thinset I'm using here is a white Ultraflex tool. And when you're using white marble, you always want to use white thinset. You don't want to use a dark thinset, because it'll actually affect the look of the tile. And so, like I said, I'm spreading the same way as I spread the thinset for the glass tile, but I'm just using a much bigger tile. And the procedure is really the same. Grout lines in this are a 1/16 of an inch. Marble tiles usually run very even. They're rectified, and so that means they're square, and they're all exactly the same size. Although once in a while they do run into one that's an odd size. It's happened to me on more than one occasion. So that's what I'm doing now. There's an outside corner here. There's an inside and an outside corner. So I'm just going to wrap it as I go along. I'm just going to do row by row and wrap the whole corner, and just do each row as I go along. And these tiles are actually bull-nosed. Sometimes you don't have to bull-nose them. You can just polish the one edge of it, and so you have a nice polished edge, and you get a square edge finish. And I actually prefer it that way to the bull nose, but here I'm actually using a piece of marble that has been bull nosed and polished, so you have a rounded edge where it goes around the corner.